Uh, Miss Satan told me, Miss Satan is a disgusting piece of shit that really has no say, to be honest with you. Miss Satan is like one of the biggest sluts on this website that thinks she's something special. She goes on and on and on about how she has sex every day and how she fucks on her couch and all this and that. No, she's a piece of shit. She's a lustful fucking piece of shit. And people think that she's gorgeous. I mean, she ain't gorgeous. You know who's gorgeous? You know who's fucking gorgeous? Kirsten Dunst is gorgeous. All right, Miss Satan is like a completely fucked up individual. Like she doesn't even have any bearings left in her head anymore, unfortunately. Get this, Miss Satan, her boyfriend is bisexual, and she goes on webcam and she talks about how she lets her boyfriend sleep with other men, and then she's allowed to sleep with other men too. I mean, anybody like that has no say with me. I'm just saying, anybody with that kind of lifestyle has no say. I don't listen to anything they say, nor am I interested in any of that shit. You know what I mean? First of all, your name's Miss Satan. You're representing something that I want nothing to do with. Second of all, you know, Miss Satan has broadcasted on this website before, and her show sucks. Her channel sucks, okay? Every time I went into her show, it's always about sex. Every single fucking thing with her is about sex. About how her boyfriend can fuck other people and how she can fuck other people. Like, do we really want to hear about that all the time on the fucking site? No. And she thinks that she's gorgeous. I mean, she's got those big fucking bug eyes. I wouldn't even stick my dick in her fucking eye socket, okay? Now, Miss Satan is nothing special. You know who's I'll tell you who's more interesting than Miss Satan, okay? Yo mama. Yo mama's more interesting than fucking Miss Satan. At least your mama is fucking good looking and at least has somewhat of a personality. Kitty Claus is more interesting than that piece of shit, okay? Let's see here. West Side Girl is by far the most dominant woman over Miss Satan any day. I would rather have to stare at West Side Girl for the rest of my life than even look at that piece of shit for 2 seconds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you come on Vaughn Live TV and you announce to everybody that you're a dirty, dirty slut, nobody's gonna think good of you. So, Miss Satan, I know you're probably ghosting my show right now. Why don't you go have sex with your bisexual boyfriend and stop worrying about what I'm doing? Because to be quite honest with you, I have never mentioned your name in my show until you're in my show, just saying. Now, I want to make that very clear. I will never mention your fucking name in my show unless you're in here talking about your fucking self. So, Miss Satan, you've had your fucking 10 minutes of fucking fame. I know you're too pussy shit to do a show on this website anymore. It's been literally 2 years since Miss Satan and her bisexual boyfriend have done a broadcast on this website. I swear to God. But you can come into my show and try to piggyback off me so you can get attention for a good 10-15 minutes. Well, I'm just going to say right now, you just had your 10-15 minutes of internet fame right here, Miss Satan. Go back to having sex on your dirty couch, and maybe one of these days, I'm only gonna give you 10 more seconds, but maybe one of these days, you'll actually learn how to broadcast like me. Anyways, end of subject. It is packed under pressure. Hey Nor, how are you? I used to think Sponheim had viewers, but go in there, it's funny. Yeah, I watch David Sponheim once in a while, but I can only handle about 20 minutes. You know, David Sponheim actually used to be a good show, but the problem is he's so into himself now, you know what I mean? That's one of the things that kind of turns me off people when they're too into themselves. Like, confidence is a fantastic thing, but did you notice that Sponheim thinks everything he does now is funny? Is it just me that notices that? Honestly, it's like every single thing that he says is damn hilarious or has to be funny. Like, yeah, he is funny, but not every single fucking thing he says is funny. But he, in his mind, thinks that everything he fucking says is hilarious. Like, yeah, I know I can be funny too, but I know every single joke I crack is not going to make everybody laugh in here. In fact, half of the comedy that I try to do, some people don't even understand I'm joking. There's only like maybe 25% of people in my show that think I'm joking sometimes. Sometimes people think they're like, oh, this dude's getting so pissed off and stuff. Well, this is the comedy part of this is the comedy part of the show, and then people just like assume to think they know things, but they really don't. They really fucking don't. That's right. Shout out to the fucking puffy coat, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'd like to know who the fuck this. Who is this little cocksucker here? I've seen this little cocksucker here for like. I've seen this little guy here for probably about 4 or 5 days, and I entered the channel, and it's a fucking like. It was I entered the chat. I entered. Can't even speak properly. I entered this channel, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this retard?" Nobody even types in chat. There was one fucking viewer in the chat, and this guy was talking about how big his balls were. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna check out some channels, and I go to this guy's channel, and this guy's talking about how big his balls are. And I'm like, what the fuck? No wonder you have no viewers in your show. You have no idea how to do proper content. You're talking about your balls. I mean, who the fuck wants to hear that? Now, this was fucked up. So, yesterday, I was on Von Live TV, and I looked at the Live Now to see who was on Live Now, right? And all I saw was this dude standing in his underwear with this big fat fucking gut hanging out. And I was like, what the fuck? That's disgusting. And I quickly closed off the fucking browse button. Anyways, the browse button refreshes. Then I clicked on it again, and I'm like, what the fuck? This guy named Cyberman is sitting on this fucking chair. I didn't click in the show. I didn't enter the show, but I looked on the browse button. This guy named Cyberman is sitting on his fucking computer chair with his big fat stomach sticking out. And I was like, I don't think women are gonna like this too much. I don't think this is gonna be good for you. I really don't think so. In the back of my head, I was thinking, damn. You know, you gotta be one sorry sack of shit. You gotta be one sorry fucking sack of shit to be, you know, going home with Cyberman at the end of the night. Because at the end of the night, right, Cyberman, he's gonna be on his computer regardless the whole time. But the funny thing about Cyberman is, though, he sleeps in a children's bed. He goes to sleep in a fucking children's bed, for fuck's sakes. Who does that? So, you know, he might be a nice person or whatever, but we're on a social broadcasting site. If your body doesn't look good, then keep your fucking clothes on. I mean, unless you're a fucking female, rip it right off, but that's another thing. Paradise just recently flashed her tits to all of us, and those don't even look like real those don't even look like normal titties. Those look like fucking milk duds that have been like left out in the sun for a few hours. Do you see what I'm saying? You guys ever had milk duds? They're kind of like, you know, roundish, but they have that weird. I saw Paradise's tits, and I was like, that ain't nothing special. At the same time, Alice Malice was broadcasting, but Paradise was the #1 show on Von Live TV. I said to myself, I would rather see Alice Malice's tits than see Paradise's tits.